Marriage, divorce, and remarriage. The Pharisees. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. To tempt someone is to contest the person's beliefs with a hope of having them change it. This was what the Pharisees wanted Jesus to do. However, Malachi said that the Lord, the God of Israel, said that he hated putting away. Therefore, Jesus would not and could not permit divorce and or remarriage. They challenged Jesus with a two-part question. Is it lawful to divorce, and is it lawful to divorce for any reason? Instead of answering, Jesus established the nature of marriage by letting them know that the rules have been written and marriage is between a male and a female. Only in this way the two can be one, as well as the union sanctioned by God cannot be dissolved by anyone. Moses. They say unto him, Why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery, and whoso marry her which is put away doth commit adultery. After their appeal to the Mosaic Marriage Act, Jesus responded by letting them know that Moses came up with that because of the sinful condition of their hearts. Moses did not initiate divorce, but was merely regulating the evil practice that they would not stop and implementing women's rights. The document produced by Moses would give her the privilege to be another man's wife. Jesus then went on to explain what Moses said and meant. This is what Moses said. If any man takes a wife and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid, then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. In the girl's defense, her father should present his evidence. These are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city, and the elders of the city shall take that man and chastise him, and she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days. Moses also said, When a man hath taken a wife and marry her, and it comes to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he had found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. Jesus returns to the question, is it for every cause? Here he emphatically explained what Moses meant. I say, except it is for fornication. Fornication can only be committed by an unmarried person. In this case, the person was married. Therefore, fornication was committed before the marriage and discovered after the marriage. Moses meant that if the man marries the girl and discovered that she had committed fornication before she was married to him, then he may divorce her on the grounds of deception, but not for every cause. Jesus couldn't be the one given the exceptional clause because he already said he hates divorce. Their continued sinful heart's condition would not now cause him to change his mind. If by chance he was the one given the exception, then he would be contradicting himself when he said, From the beginning it was not so, and let no one put asunder. Why would he allow the Pharisees to cause him to change his mind? As a matter of fact, he took the opportunity to inform them when adultery was committed, when you divorce and marry another person. when you divorce and marry a divorcee. Any which way they took it, remarriage puts them in a state of adultery. The Bible gives no reason for remarriage. The disciples. His disciples say unto him, if the case of the man is so with his wife, it is not good to marry. But he said unto them, all men cannot receive this saying, save they to whom it is given. For there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men, and there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuch for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that can receive it, let him receive it. The Pharisees were now silent, and the disciples of Jesus, for the first time, understood Jesus' teaching on marriage, divorce, and remarriage. For this, they blurted out that it would be better not to marry in the first place, if the man cannot divorce and remarry. It appears as if the disciples were not comfortable with Jesus' answer. According to Mark, and in the house his disciples asked him again of the same matter, and he said unto them, whosoever shall put away his wife and marry another committeth adultery against her. And if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committeth adultery. Paul. Separation and reconciliation. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband, but, and if she departs, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. Released by death. For the woman which hath a husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth. But if the husband is dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband. So then, if while her husband liveth she is married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. There are two parts to a marriage: civil, formal recognition by the land, and religious, vows made to God. A civil divorce is equivalent to a biblical separation, which is permissible. It relieves the individual from abuse and liabilities. The vow made to God until death do us part comes directly from the Bible. This vow is still in place even in the presence of a civil divorce. For your consideration, Jesus said, what therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. Should we understand that there are marriages not put together by God and are therefore not marriages? If these marriages were not of God, then a divorce and remarriage would be the first marriage in the Lord. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and remember to hit that bell.